हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप। 44 एडी की डिस्कशन सीरीज में कंट्रोवर्शियल इश्यूज की लिस्ट में आज हम एक नया मुद्दा डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं। और मुद्दा है कि अगर कोई पार्टनरशिप फर्म है जिसके पार्टनर को, जो कि एक इंडिविजुअल है, फर्म से इंटरेस्ट, रेमुनेशन या प्रॉफिट का जो शेयर मिला है, क्या उसके लिए वो सेक्शन 44 एडी मैं अपनी इनकम प्रेजेंटिंग इनकम के रूप में डिक्लेयर कर कर अपनी रिटर्न भर सकता है। अगर हम सेक्शन 44 एडी की प्लेन रीडिंग करें तो ये कहता है कि दो चीजें बड़ी अहम। पहली चीज कि वो एलिजिबल बिजनेस होना चाहिए। दूसरी चीज कि वो एलिजिबल एसएससी होना चाहिए। एलिजिबल एसएससी की बात करूं तो वो कहते हैं कि रेजिडेंट इंडिविजुअल, रेजिडेंट एचयूएफ और रेजिडेंट फर्म एलिजिबल एसएससी है फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ सेक्शन 44 एडी सब्जेक्ट टू सर्टेन रिस्ट्रिक्शन कि वो प्रोफेशन ना कर रही हो, वो 44 ए वाले बिजनेस में कवर्ड ना हो, वो 10A 10B पार्ट सी ऑफ चैप्टर 6A की डिडक्शंस क्लेम ना कर रही हो, वो एजेंसी बिजनेस ना कर रही हो, वो कमीशन बिजनेस ना कर रही हो। दूसरी चीज, जब हम ये देखते हैं कि मेरा बिजनेस भी है और मैं प्रोफेशन में भी एंगेज नहीं हूं, पार्टनर की अगर मैं बात करूं तो सेक्शन 28 सब सेक्शन 5 ये कहता है एनी सैलरी, इंटरेस्ट, रेमुनेशन, बोनस और एनी अदर बेनिफिट बाय व्हाटएवर नेम कॉल्ड shall be treated as business income. I draw your kind attention towards the subsection 5 of section 28, where it is clearly mentioned that if any partner is receiving any interest on capital or remuneration from the partnership firm, it will be taxed as business income. Now the question arises in the minds of the taxpayer whether a person who is a partner in a partnership firm can go for section 44 AD, can take the benefit of section 44 AD and can declare presumptive income at the rate of 8% or such higher amount as claimed by him to be earned by him. In this regard, there is a very important judgment. That judgment is pronounced by Honorable Madras High Court against tax case appeal number 388 of 2019 in the case of Mr. Anand Kumar, who is the appellant in this case, and the Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, Salem. This judgment is recently pronounced in 2020, December 2020. I think this is pronounced on 23rd December 2020. In this case, a question of law. Otherwise, income tax appellate tribunal is final fact finding authority in income tax case, where there is question of law. The SSC can refer the question of law to the jurisdictional high court for settling that question of law. Here, the appellant, who is Mr. Anand Kumar, asked a question from the Honorable High Court, which is Madras High Court, whether interest remuneration received by me from the firm can be taxed as business income, and further I can go for section 44 AD benefits. In settling this case, the Honorable High Court has decided the matter in the favor of revenue and settled the issue that any partner who is drawing salary or remuneration from a partnership firm cannot go for section 44 AD which deals with the presumptive taxation of business income, and he cannot take the benefit of the same. In his judgment, what the Honorable High Court has said, we will discuss later on. But one thing is very clear: why that particular assessee, who is an individual as a partner of firm, has denied the benefit of Section 44AD, where there is he is a eligible assessee, he is a resident individual. His turnover is less than 2 crore. Then why the benefit has been denied? The very important thing is, my dear friend, the three very important issues are settled by Honorable Madras High Court. The first issue, which is settled by Madras High Court, I am discussing with you. The Honorable Madras High Court said that the partner's salary, remuneration, interest, even though charged under the head income from business or profession, cannot be taxed under Section 44AD in the hand of individual partner. बिजनेस प्रोफेशन की इनकम तो है, अगर किसी पार्टनर रेमुनेशन या इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, क्योंकि सेक्शन 28 सब सेक्शन 5 ये कहता है, लेकिन इस पे जो टैक्स लगेगा, इस बात से डिनाई नहीं किया जा रहा कि ये बिजनेस इनकम नहीं है. It is clearly mentioned in the law, it is a business income, but it cannot be taxed under Section 44AD, because for applying Section 44AD, we have to examine certain things. Whether assessee is doing business, number one. First, check whether assessee is doing business. Second, whether that particular business is eligible business. Third, whether the gross receipt or turnover is there or not. These three questions is to be settled. The Honorable Madras High Court has said in decision the assessee is not doing anything. They interpreted the matter in such a manner, they settled the matter in such a manner that by saying that the assessee is not doing any business, but firm is carrying on business. The assessee is not doing any business, firm is carrying on business. The firm is eligible assessee, the firm is engaged in the eligible business. The matter settled, the question of law is settled by Honorable Court by saying that the assessee, who is an individual partner, is not doing any business, but the firm is carrying on business in which assessee is a partner. But क्या डिसाइड किया उन्होंने? वो कह रहे हैं कि फर्म बिजनेस कर रही है, फर्म एलिजिबल बिजनेस में एंगेज है, फर्म एलिजिबल असेसी है, असेसी तो सिर्फ उसमें पार्टनर है. एंड देयरफॉर द कंडीशन the interest and remuneration arise from eligible business is not satisfied in the case of individual partner who is drawing interest and remuneration from the firm, my dear friends. The next issue, which is settled by Honorable Madras High Court, they also refer to the definition given of turnover given in the guidance note issued by the ICAI. In the statement issued by the ICAI, it has been stated that the word turnover for the purpose of this clause may be interpreted to mean what they interpreted to mean, the aggregate amount for which sales are effected or services rendered by the enterprises. वो कह रहे हैं कि टर्नओवर क्या होती है? टर्नओवर का मतलब है कि एग्रीगेट अमाउंट जिसके लिए सेल की गई थी गुड्स और सर्विसेज की किसी इंटरप्राइज के केस में. और यहां पर क्या हो रहा है, जबकि इस केस की दिशा में जहां पर क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ सेटल करने के लिए हाई कोर्ट के पास आया, इसमें क्या है कि एसएससी ने कोई सेल परफॉर्म नहीं, एसएससी तो कोई सेल ही नहीं कर रहा, ना ही कोई सर्विस रेंडर कर रहा. वो क्या कर रहा है, वो मर्ली इंटरेस्ट और रेमुनेशन पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म से रिसीव कर रहा है. He just receiving the interest and remuneration from the partnership firm without rendering any sale or without execution or achieving any sale or turnover. Second thing, the partnership firm has already debited the remuneration and interest in their profit and loss account. Therefore, it cannot be taken as turnover or gross. The backbone of section 44 AD is the word turnover, because the deemed profit of 8% or 6%, as the case may be, calculated with respect to turnover or gross receipt. Here, the assessee who is a partner in a partnership firm is neither achieved any turnover or gross receipt or nor rendered any services. Hence, he cannot take the benefit of section 44 4D. He cannot go for the presumptive taxation. Third, the payments have to be constructed indirectly as distribution of profit of firm, or otherwise the firm would have been taxed. जहां पर जो पार्टनर को इंटरेस्ट और रेमुनेशन आया है, it is just in shape of appropriation of profit. It is mere appropriation of profit. First firm earned the profit on turnover. After that, the firm has apportioned that profit to the partners. Therefore, the tribunal has observed that legislature in its wisdom choose such remuneration and interest to be the part of profits of business and profession, which can never translate it into gross receipts or sale turnover. So it is very, very clear. It is very, very settled law now. It is settled by the Madras High Court by saying that any interest, remuneration received by a partner of a business firm, however taxed as business or profession income by virtue of section 28, subsection 5 of Income Tax Act 1961, cannot be taxed by opting the presumptive taxation offered for retail and small entrepreneurs who are doing some eligible business in the case of partner of the firm. तो अब ये तो सेटल हो गया कि 44 AD में हम नहीं जा सकते, वहां पे नहीं टैक्स कर सकते. तो इन द केस ऑफ you are drawing remuneration and interest from a partner, then you have to fill your return of income in form number ITR 3 by declaring income in schedule of partner, where you can to disclose your interest income, remuneration income, profit share of percentage of share, and closing balance. So it is well settled issue now. Hope you will clear on the issue कि partner who is drawing remuneration interest firm cannot go for section 44 AD. My dear friend, hope you would like this video. If you would like this video, please share with your friends so that they can also benefit from this same. Or if you have any contrary view, any doubt, any question, please don't forget to ask in the comment box. Further, my request to you, any other issue with relate to section 44 AD on which you want a video from me, please mention in comment box. I try my best to make a video on that topic and to settle the issue. With this part, good night, good day, namaskar.